What's up guys, Houndish here, and today we're jumping in with the weekly reset breakdown for Destiny 2, and that's for the weekly refresh kicking off on the 3rd of May. This week we see another game update, so Bungie have a bunch of fixes, and some new content to load in the form of Guardian Games, so the event returns for the year. We'll round up some of the rewards and systems for that event, including all of the Eververse items and new cosmetics that we can see. Then we'll cover other relevant reset content for the week, including a vote for the Trials map, the rotation for expansion content, and much more in the video. So, as always guys, I hope you enjoy this one, and if you do, be sure to get subscribed for more Destiny content. And now, let's get into it. And initially, in terms of this week's bonus ranks, we're going to get them for Trials of Osiris all weekend once it's live. But on top of that, if you're signed up for Bungie emails, they say that they'll send a vote out for the community to pick the Trials map for the weekend. And that should be sent out on the reset on May 3rd. So if you're interested in voting for the Trials map this week, definitely look out for that email. But otherwise, the featured Crucible mode for the week will be Momentum Control. Then moving over to the Vanguard stuff, the featured Nightfall this week is the Fallen Saber, so that should be a fun one. I'm not sure if we have a 100% weapon rotation just yet, but if anything, I believe we're likely to see the Hothead as the featured reward for the week. On top of this, of course, there will be a strike scoring element for the Guardian Games event this year. We'll touch on that in a moment, but initially for the event kicking off this week, firstly for rewards, we are going to get a brand new SMG, and this is called the Title, and it's a Void Aggressive Frame SMG coming with the Classy Contender Origin trait, and this grants class ability energy with final blows from the weapon. On top of that, of course, it will get random rolls, so we'll have to visit Eva Levante on Tuesday to see how we can start to unlock that. On top of this, as always, there will be Guardian Games armor sets. These will be cosmetic ornaments sold via the Eververse store. Then in terms of scoring for the class battle, of course, each class is trying to outscore the other by picking up and depositing medallions. And Bungie say that higher tier medallions can be earned in activities like raids, dungeons, competitive PvP, and the seasonal activities on higher difficulty. And we can get extra medals from those by picking up and completing contender cards from Eva Levante. But lower tier medallions, which are also important, will drop in things like Gambit, Vanguard Strikes, Quick Play, and standard difficulty Throne World activities. Then they say that gold medals can be earned by completing contender cards in easier activities. Then we'll get the platinum medals dropping from platinum cards. So there are a bunch of different ways to play, and also Bungie say they're adding 2 new Guardian Games playlists, a training and competitive playlist. So on Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday, we'll have the training playlist active where we can practice scores. Then over Friday, Saturday, Sunday, and Monday, we need to go in and record our highest scores in that playlist, which will grant us the ability to earn buffs, which can be used across all Vanguard playlists. So that's going to be pretty interesting. And they finish by saying players will be able to unlock torches to light in the tower based on their highest score. And each of those torches will grant a reward package, as well as a glow that can be seen on the right shoulder of a Guardian's armor pieces. But in terms of the rest of it, we'll pretty much have to figure it out in game. It's going to take a similar form to other years, but just with a few additions, and be sure to let us know down in the comment section which class you'll be running going into the event this year. Next though, also on Tuesday, May 3rd, we're going to see a hotfix for the game, and this will come out at the weekly reset time, with perhaps a small 15-minute downtime period before that. It'll likely have a few bug fixes and potentially some content for the event, and Bungie say their current new known issues include attempting to cast a Nova Pulse too soon after entering Nova Warp will cause it to fail, and then casting Nova Pulse with low Nova Warp super energy may cause players to be removed from their super prior to the ability damage being dealt. There's another bug with Antaeus Wards not changing its glow color based on equipped subclasses, and weapons and UI elements not successfully loading when players enter the Mindscape in PsyOps Battlegrounds. So it's possible we'll get a few fixes for those. And then otherwise for content stuff, of course, Throne World and the Season of the Risen content will continue to rotate, including the refresh on all of the Pinnacle drops. But now let's talk a bit more about rewards and the Eververse store for the week. So there are a bunch of event items for Guardian Games, and firstly, we have the Reigning Champion Exotic emote. That one's available for 3,250 Bright Dust this week. There's also the Half Volley Shell Exotic Ghost right there. That will be available for 2,850 Bright Dust. Followed by the Cherry Blossom Entrance Transmat Effect, which will be available for 450 Bright Dust this week. And for the featured shader, we've got one for the event, and that's Rivalry Black Sand, which is a pretty nice one, and as always, that's available for 300 Bright Dust. On to more event exotics though, we have the Plus Shell Exotic Ghost. This one's available for 2,850 Bright Dust. And then we have the Frontrunner Exotic Ship, and this will be up for 2,000 Bright Dust this week. But finally, we've got the Water Break Legendary emote. That one's 700 Bright Dust. Followed by the Recognize Rare emote, which will be 400 Bright Dust. And finally, the Gold Medal Ghost Projection, which will be 1,500 Bright Dust this week. And to our final bits of legacy content, in the Legends tab for Vault of Glass, the challenge mode this week will be Oracle's Challenge, so if you complete that on Master difficulty, the Praedith's Revenge Time Lost will be available. However, if you're completing content in the Dreaming City from back in Forsaken and the Ascendant challenges, the feature challenge this week will be Sumerian Garrison, which is found via the Chamber of Starlight in Rear Sylvia. So if you want the location for how to find that one this week, we'll run some gameplay at the end of the video. But otherwise, guys, that's everything that we have to round up in this video. So, as always, I hope you've enjoyed it and found it useful. If you have, a like rating down below really does help us out on the channel. Plus, if you're new around here, definitely get subscribed and I'll keep you posted with more event news and information for Season 17 coming up later this month now. Time is absolutely flying by, so definitely get subscribed and turn on those notifications. But otherwise, for today, I appreciate you tuning in, and I'll catch you all very soon.